Our topic for tonight is meeting etiquette and edification. The key to successful recruiting is to get as many prospect to an opportunity meeting as possible. So kapag po effective talaga ang ating invite, of course, successful po yung ating recruiting sa ating pong mga kaibigan, sa ating pamilya. So, and malalaman din po naman natin yung how to invite dun po sa ibang kasi ito ay meeting po ito, pero yung topic po about sa invite is doon po yun sa tool natin. So, but I will give you a little bit. So, always create curiosity and excitement sa mga tao pong nakakausap natin o nai-invite natin. Kapag tinanong po ng prospect ninyo, ano ba yan? What is it? So, sabihin nyo na lang, I can't explain in 5 minutes. I want you to see and hear the way I did. So, this is once in a lifetime opportunity. You don't want to miss it. So, magka-curious ka na yan. Sabihin lang, okay, I want to go to your meeting, opportunity meeting. So, isa po yan sa as example. Okay? So, sabi dito, the success any meeting we have is largely based not on the speaker in the front of the room, but on the preparation and actions of the representatives there. So we will talk more about that as we go along. So it's all about creating the right atmosphere for success. It is a team effort. Together, everyone achieves more. So meeting, ito po yung ating pag-uusapan. If it is your meeting, take some extra time and be prepared. Napaka-importante po na meron po tayong extra time and preparation. If we want to run our meeting smoothly and efficiently and more productive, kailangan po talaga ng time and preparation. So, nakalagay din po dito, light upbeat music is a plus for pre and post meeting. Music creates welcoming atmosphere po. This helps people relax and feel comfortable as they mingle and network. So, tsaka hindi po boring. Also, test your TV, DVD, CD player, or the computer you're using to show the video presentation at least 30 to 45 minutes before the meeting starts. So, kahit po kung may gagamitin po kayong microphone, you need to really check everything po. Kasi talaga yung mga technical aspect ay kailangan ahead of time. Kailangan nakahanda po yan. So, ito po yung sunod. If you are using a PowerPoint presentation, be sure to have a backup laptop or thumb drive in case the main laptop fails or runs out of battery. So, yeah, kailangan po yan. Laging may backup plan po. And if you don't have whiteboard or easel, see who you can borrow one from. Kasi kahit hindi mo yan gamitin mo yan or hindi mo man gamitin, it is nice to have one available. So, and then check volume and have remote ready if needed to adjust. Okay po? And then, make sure the home phone or answering machines is turned off or put on silent mode before the meeting starts. So, para po maiwasan natin yung distraction, you have to turn it off po. Yan. Para mag-smooth po yung dating ng ating presentation or ng ating meeting. If you're going to have any food, it should be finger food. Nothing sticky, nothing heavy, and this is not a party. Yan. So, tatandaan po natin yan. So, siguro mag-prepare lang tayo ng peanuts, at least para hindi sila inaantok. Yan. And then, yung crackers po, or yung mga small, may mga small naman po na empanada sa atin. So, yan. Yan lang po yung aking mga suggestion. And if you're going to have beverages, of course, no alcohol. Only water, tea, lemonade, soft drinks, or kung meron po kayong Axio na katulad ng yung energy drink po natin, So mas maganda po yan, mas magiging ano sila, alive. Yan, sa pakikinig. So keep the kids and pets out of the room from 15 minutes before the meeting until after the last guest leaves. So yeah. And put out the extra chairs as guests arrive. Kailangan po nakahanda na rin po yan. And have a greeter at the door to greet the guests as they arrive. So, yung ating po mga greeter, syempre po, yan, naka-smile. Yan. So, para welcoming yun pong, yung atmosphere. And have name tags and sign-in sheet for guests and distributors to sign in. So, syempre po nandun na po yung nandun na po yung name, kung saan nila, yung email po nila, wag po natin kakalimutan, yung phone number. Kasi minsan yung iba nagmamadali ng umuwi or baka meron pang pupuntahan, pinagbigyan lang po kayo sa meeting na yan. Yun naman po para yung inyong pong sign-in sheet is for you to keep, para po pag gusto niyo silang i-follow up, nandun na po yung email nila, nandun na rin yung pong phone number. And then host responsibilities and introductions. Of course, start on time. Be respectful of your guests who showed up on time. Lalo na po kapag ikaw ay distributor, tapos nag-invite ka ng mga guests mo. Kailangan, of course, para maging komportable yung mga tao na inibitahan mo, you have to be there first. So you have to be on time. So host, is also, hindi lang yung distributor, but syempre po, yung speaker din. Yan. So host, please ask everyone to turn their cell phones off for the duration of the meeting. So we don't want to create distractions during the meeting. And that includes all distributors. At the very least, put it on silent. And if you're doing the introduction and you don't already know how the speaker wants to be edified, get with them before the meeting and ask how they want to be introduced. So, kailangan po ahead of time, naihanda na po natin yan, lalo nga po pag kayo ang host. And if ito naman po, speakers, ang speaker din naman po, he or she can help by having a few notes on a 3x5 card, para po mai-provide niya doon sa host na mag-i-introduce para sa kanya. And sa speaker po, be brief and be excited. So, if you're introducing the speaker, it is your job to edify them as the expert, but don't go overboard. Sabi nga po sa kasunod, short and simple is best. Okay po? And give the guests the impression they are working with someone who is successful and respected in our business. Katulad po ng pag-introduce natin kay Kai, hindi agad natin siya pinapasok, but we have to introduce her as our Elite Pro 8 dito po sa business natin. So, and sabi po dito, the speaker is the messenger and the expert. You want your guests to see it that. Okay po. And ngayon po, yung edification po, you can, mas maririnig nyo po at magiging klaro po sa inyo by this lady that I will introduce to you. Miss Salinas, no, Ating Mes, it's take it away.
Thank you, Miss Ollie, and good morning once again. I'm Mes Yapno, Pro 4 from Austin, Texas. So, edification is my task tonight. And yes, sabi nga, edification is the art of speaking highly of someone, thus building up their credibility. It is a key tool for building your business, whether on a three-way call or introducing the speaker at an opportunity meeting. So when I started doing the business last year, Kai already taught us how to edify. And at nakaka-excite kasi nung April last year, nag-join ako, wala akong alam. So ang sabi lang ni Kai, all you have to do is invite, set the time and date. Invite, set the time and date. In 3 weeks, in less than 3 weeks, naging Pro 3 ako. Hindi ko namalayan yon. So, ang ginawa ko lang is, I was learning at the same time earning. Ang ginagawa ko lang is to edify Miss Sky Hayes. Pag nag-set ako ng Zoom meeting, basahin ko lang yung script na binigay niya, in-edify ko siya. Yun na yun. Tuloy-tuloy na yung aming presentation, and it was really fun. Ang saya-saya, ang dami kong natutunan, ang daming excitement, ang daming fun, ang mixed emotions, hindi na namin alam kung ano na yung feeling namin. And we started, me, Kai, si Hilda, si Oli, at saka ako. Like kaming tatlo niyan, magkakadugtong kami niyan. Kung ano man yung problema ng isa, problema ng lahat. Tulungan kami niyan. So your prospect wants to hear about how to make money from a credible person within the company. So sino ba yung credible person? So yun yung speaker natin. So we want to give a good edification. Kailangan natin mabigyan ng magandang introduction yung magiging speaker natin or guest natin. Usually, yung third party validation yon na tinatawag. So yung magva-validate sa atin na third party, very important. Never go on a Zoom meeting just you and your prospect. Kailangan laging may third party validation kayo. And that is always dapat mas mataas sa iyo. Like kunwari, Pro 1 ka or Pro 2 ka or Pro 3 ka, at least ang kunin mo is someone who is, more, capable, more credible, like Pro 5, Pro 7. And at that time, lagi namang available si Miss Sky Hayes, yung ating Pro 8, Elite Pro 8. So the better you are at edification, sabi, the more seriously your prospects will take the message and judge our opportunity fairly, openly, and positively. So pag nag-edify ka, syempre ang ibibigay mo yung magandang, syempre naman yung totoo at ang talagang magandang mga katangian ng isang ating third-party validator. Ito naman cross-edification. It is the act of giving back edification to someone who has edified you. Kunwari, ako, si Kai, at saka yung prospect ko. So, in-edify ko na si Kai. Kai will edify me too. Tapos ako naman, I will introduce my prospect to Kai. Then the meeting will start. So, it is the act of giving back edification to someone who has edified you. It creates a positive team atmosphere and supports your business credibility. This is an extremely powerful tool. Be sure to use it. So this is one of the tool. Meron tayong invite, meron tayong tool. So this is one of it. And then team, yung kagaya na sinabi kanina ni Oli, yung team effort. Okay. So introductions and edification. Ito, very exciting to nang nire-review ko. So there will be likely 4 personalities in the room. Yung sharks, pakinggan yung sharks. They are the money motivated. Dolphins like to have fun. So yun yung mga keywords nila, no? Yung mga key. Urchins naman is enjoy details and information. Whales want to help everyone. So we can identify now ourselves. Siguro ako whales. And dolphins, I like to have fun. Also sharks. Lahat ito. Urchins din. So we could be everything, like yung 4 na yan. So best introduction will appeal to each of these personality types. So generic edification lang ito. So sabi, we are excited to have Miss Sky Hayes, our Elite Pro 8 with us tonight to talk about this amazing product and business opportunity. She has all the information. So urchin yun kasi may details and information. So natumbok natin yung urchin na dinidesire natin. So nakuha natin yung mga prospect natin na urchin. To answer questions and really enjoys helping other people. Yun naman yung whales. Be successful. Tapos, she is a lot of fun, dolphins. This is a lot of fun, so like our business. To work with, or she, and can show you how to build a successful business and make your financial goals, sharks naman yan, a reality. So sa edification na yun, natumbok natin yung apat: sharks, dolphins, urchins, and whales. So tandaan niyo yun. That is kind of like magandang isipin, di ba? Siguro pwede nating gawin yun na keywords. So the best edification is also personal in nature. Talk about their background, add in a short personal story. The goal is to get everyone to relate a little more to the expert speaker and be more receptive to their presentation. So we usually say like, Miss Kai, she grew up in the Philippines. She was married, and she got separated or divorced. Then she got married. So we'll tell her, you know, a little background, or kung sino man yung gusto nyong maging third party validator sa inyong meeting. Importante na before kayo mag-meeting, mag-usap muna kayo. Ito ang pwede mong sabihin para sa akin. So, magtutulungan kayo niyan. Bigyan mo ng konting background yung mag-e-edify sa'yo. Kung sino ka at kung ano ka. At kung ano yung magandang story na nasasabihin natin sa presentation. And this company is just telling our beautiful stories. Actually, story to another story to another story. I have my own story. Hilda has her own story. Rosalie has in her own story. Candy has lots of story. Mary Lou, Josette, Heidi, and every one of us. So yun lang ang tumbukin natin sa ating mga prospects. Tell our beautiful stories. So main speaker naman. So let's take time well before you present. Yeah, kagaya ng sinabi kanina ni Ollie. So we have to take time, we have to be prepared pagdating natin sa isang meeting as a main speaker. Tapos you have to dress up appropriately as a leader. So dress code yan. So usually, pagka nag-represent tayo, ano bang ating sinusuot? Business attire, di ba? Usually makita nyo may mga blazers, may mga coats, o kaya naka-polo. Naka-polo yung mag-represent. So make sure the equipment you're using is ready to go. So nabanggit na yan kanina. And be upbeat and excited. You have the honor, privilege to introduce the most amazing product, business opportunity in the world to guests of yours and your business partners. We always have to show the excitement. Hindi tayo dapat mag-introduce na para naman tayong wala lang. Yes, I want to introduce the main speaker. So we have to really have to be excited, upbeat. Keep your introduction short also, to the point. The meeting is not about you. It's about the positive tone as you introduce the video. So, hindi rin ikaw, hindi lang ikaw ng ikaw. So, we have to also be sensitive to the situation. Kailangan alam natin kung sa kailan tayo hinto at alam natin ang tamang introduction. So, the ABC prime time and follow-up have all the information the guests need to hear about the product. Thus, your role is to only connect some dots and highlight a couple key points shared in the video. So, we have that prime time. Siguro lahat naman tayo napanood na yung ABC prime time, di ba? So, isa yon. Kailangan i-connect natin yung dots. Tapos yung suggested content, yan yan. Product, may connection between oxidative stress and chronic disease. Lahat na nakabanggit dyan, lagi yan binabanggit sa ating business overview. So kung kayo ay uma-attend ng every Tuesday, this is just a review. Yan yung nakalagay dyan. Briefly explain, antioxidant myth, alam na natin yan, Pro-Tandem, that's our flagship, Pro-Tandem, NRF2, yung science na may backup tayo ng science and support that supports our product. So, yan. 5 key points in evaluating a business op. So, lahat yan. Answer any question, then invite guests to get with the person who invited them to the meeting. So, after that, magkakaroon na tayo ng one-on-one. So, we will present, then eventually, magkakaroon na ng one-on-one yan sa ating mga prospects. I think tapos na ako. Ang susunod nating presenter ay walang iba kundi ang ating magandang Miss Hilda Dumlao Wagner. ang kanya topic ngayon is the distributor's role. Take it away, Hilda.
Thank you, Miss. Well, I started Love Vantage March of 2021, and like Ollie and Miss, in less than a month, we rank advanced. I rank advanced Pro 4. Why I joined Live Vantage? Typically, I already joined a few years back, but I stopped, and then suddenly my husband got sick. And so I called Kai and told her I need a protandem for him. So I ended up signing up again kasi wala na ako sa system dahil it's been like I just missed a one kasi 1 month kasi supposed to be if you're in the system kapag continuous yung order mo nakamiss ako ng 1 month. So to make a story short, I ended up signing up again, rank advanced to Pro 4, help my husband develop his immune system because he was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. It helped him prolong his life. The doctor's diagnosis is only 2 to 3 months, but he lived until 11 months. So yun ang aking story. Then now we can start into the distributor's role. Be sure to give the guests the prime seats at the meeting and fill up the seats up front once the guests have chosen the spot to fill up the room. Every speaker will forget something that you think is important. Remember, the presentation is not for you. The presentation is for your prospects. So make sure meron kayong, what do you call this? When you're talking in front, you just don't talk. You have to make sure that your guests are also responding, or you're also looking at your guests if they need something, or kung may kailangan pang, kunyari, may nakalimutan ni speaker sabihin, you have to remind the speaker kasi very important yung communication between you, the speaker, and the guests. So, kailangan hindi lang yung attention na puro ikaw. You have to take note of your guests and at the same time the speaker too. Usually naman hindi malalaman ng guest na may na-miss ka, or like pag nag-zoom ka, you can chat the speaker, oh, you forgot this. At least mariremind your speaker. There is always time to fill in the blanks after the presentation if appropriate. Think about the fact we just edify the speaker as the expert to our prospects. When we interrupt, we make them look less like the expert, and in fact, we can totally de-edify them. So, importante, pag ine-edify nyo yung speaker, you have to make sure walang interruption. Tuloy-tuloy, and you're stating the facts. Kaya nga, katulad na sinabi ni Mes kanina, yung 4 na yon, if it's possible, you can write down the edification for pwede mo naman basahin na hindi ka naman nakikita sa Zoom. Very, very important yon. You have to always edify the speaker. Tapos pag na-edify mo na siya, magsasalita na siya, yung speaker naman, i-edify ka rin. And then after that, pag na-edify ka na ng speaker ay yung nag-invite naman din sa prospects, i-introduce din ng nag-invite. Do not be playing with your cell phone, PDA or laptop. Very important yan, katulad na sinabi ni Oli kanina, as much as possible, naka-turn off yung cellphone nyo, or hindi ka naglalaro sa laptop habang nag-Zoom meeting kayo, kailangan naka-concentrate kayo parate doon sa Zoom. Not giving your full attention to the speaker gives the guest the impression that the speaker must not be important. Save side conversations or for after meeting. Very important yon. Katulad nga na sinabi ko, paulit-ulit kong sasabihin, every time there's a Zoom meeting, make sure your attention is on the meeting. Wala ka ng ibang ginagawa. Remember, everything you do needs to plant the seed in the prospect's mind that they too can duplicate what you have done. If they think it's too complicated or expensive, they won't want to be part of the business. Very important when you're stating, like you're doing business overview, you have to make sure that you are doing it in detail na maiintindihan ng iyong prospects. So, pag may question sila, make sure you have to answer, and not you, but the one that is that you invite for a third party person is gonna be able to answer whatever the questions of the prospect. When passing the sample around, usually we always do this pagka nasa Elite Academy or whatever, may mga samples siya na binibigay. Make sure you pass it first to the guest to try before you take your own. Very important yon. Pagka may mga baon kayong samples, make sure you give it to your guests para meron silang maiuwi, maitry. Eto, ulitin na naman namin yung attire. When you're always in a presentation, especially kapag nag-invite ka sa isang venue, you have to make sure that you're dressed properly. Business-like, treat it like one, respect it like one, and it will reward you like one. So kung maayos ang pananamit mo when you attend, alam naman pumunta ka sa isang business meeting, naka-shorts ka lang, di ba? Napaka-unethical naman nun. So it is better that when you invite somebody in a venue, you are always dressed like you are ready to open your business to them. Like it or not, the guests will judge you on your appearance, especially if you are a leader. You are looking for business partners that will take you and the business seriously. So kung hindi ka nakabihis ng maayos, ay sabihin ng guest, ano ba naman yan? Kala ko ba business opportunity meeting? Bakit naka-shorts lang siya? Bakit nakaganto lang siya? Mahirap. So you have to really make yourself presentable para magkaroon ng respect yung in-invite mo, and at the same time, yung tingin sa'yo is, hands up. You look good. You're really a good leader, a good example. Kasi like we said, this is always about duplication. Duplication, hindi lang naman sa business, but you have to duplicate what you yourself present to the prospects. Like, yun nga, leaders lead by example. Next, please, Ollie. Final notes. The meetings usually should not last no more than 30 to 45 minutes kasi nga, pag sobrang haba naman yung presentation mo, mabobore naman yung mga tao. So, the best is always 30 to 45 minutes. The most important part of the evening is not the presentation, but the meeting after the presentation, where you spend time answering questions and getting guests excited about becoming business partners. Make sure your guests have materials to take home and provide them the proper links to websites they will need to conduct their own research. Make sure you thank all the guests personally for attending. Leave the kids at home. This is a business meeting, and having young children at a meeting can be disruptive and is not appropriate. These meetings are for the guests, not distributors. So, make sure lahat ng mga importante, first, you have to dress good. Second, your meeting should only be 30 to 45 minutes. And ang pinaka-importante, right after presentation, is you ask the guests if they have any questions. So if they have any questions, yung third party person na in-invite mo is gonna answer all the questions for you. Hindi pwedeng ikaw na nag-invite will answer the questions itself. It should always be a third party who knows more about the products. Kasi kung ikaw lang sasagot, parang mag-aalangan pa yung prospects mo. But if there's a third-party person who's gonna answer the question for you, mas mataas pa sa'yo, mas what do you call this, mapapaniwala mo yung guests. And then, of course, the key is always in the follow-up. Very important, right after the meeting, pag nasagot mo yung questions nila and everything, you have their numbers, you have their names, you have to follow it up with them. How did they like the presentation? Okay ba yung presentation? What do you think about this? Kailangan meron kang follow-up sa prospects mo. That's it na pala. Okay, I'll stop recording. You can ask your questions if ever you have any questions.